In this video, you will learn how a guy texts you when he really likes you. So if you've been texting with a man, but you're not sure if he's just being nice or if he really likes you, then stay right here because in this video, I'm going to share 10 texting signs that he's really into you, as well as a few signs that he just wants to be friends. Don't go anywhere because we're starting right now. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Antonio Borello and I'm a psychologist and a relationship coach. This channel is all about helping you build great relationships so you can grow happy with the people you love. So if you're interested in making your love life the best part of your life, start now by clicking the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you aren't missing anything. On to the things a man will text you if he's really into you. When texting is used properly, it can be a great way to flirt and create attraction between you and your man. On the other hand, texting is also a preferred method for friends to communicate. And let's face it, sometimes it's difficult to know if a man is texting you because he wants to be friends or if he's interested in something more romantic. That's why you need to know the not so obvious signs that he really likes you and wants to be more than just friends. Oh, and make sure you watch all the way until the end because I'm also going to share a few texting signs that indicate that he's physically attracted and wants to hook up, but not necessarily interested in a relationship with you. So without further ado, here's number one. Number one, he finds reasons to text you frequently. If a man is sending you good morning texts or frequently initiating texts for no reason other than to check in or communicate with you, then that's a good sign. It means that he's thinking of you and appreciates the connection that is forming. If he's also consistently responsive to your text messages, even when he may be busy or with his friends, then that's another great sign. Think about this fact. Most men text for a reason, usually to communicate something or to confirm plans. So if he's frequently texting you without a reason, it means he wants to further his connection with you because he likes you. Number two, he asks you good questions. What he texts you is just as important as how often he texts you. For example, is he just texting about other friends or sports or the weather? Or does he write well thought out texts that include asking questions about you and your life? These deeper questions indicate that he likes you and wants to evaluate if you are a person he could be in a long-term relationship with. So ask yourself this question. When you're texting with him, do you get the feeling that he's genuinely interested in knowing who you are? Or are his texts more meaningless, kind of like small talk? If he's asking you probing questions, he genuinely wants to know you and is probably reading your responses while imagining himself right there with you. Number three, he carefully reads your text and remembers the things that you told him. Communicating, whether in person, on the phone, or through texting, involves both listening and talking. But what many people overlook is that when it comes to good communication, listening is probably the more important of the two skills. And this applies to texting as well. Being a good listener is super important because it makes the other person want to talk more and it makes them feel cared for and valued. So if he's listening and asking follow-up questions about something that you mentioned in a prior text, it's obvious that he's interested in remembering the details. It shows that he cares about what you think and it also validates your feelings, and that is a very good sign that he really likes you. Number four, he shares his day with you through text. Do you guys go back and forth texting throughout the day? Now, these don't have to be long and detailed paragraphs, but it's more like you go back and forth bantering or describing what is happening in your world. Oh, and that reminds me of a very important point. Some people have jobs that prevent them from texting for long periods of time. If he has that type of job, then sharing his workday with you might be impossible. However, as soon as he's freed up, he texts you. That's why it might be a good idea to ask if he's able to text during the day or while working. Number five, he keeps you informed of what he's up to, not because he has to, but because he wants to. For example, if he's going to be away from his phone and unresponsive for an extended time, he lets you know in advance if possible, or he explains his delayed response afterward when he isn't able to be as responsive as usual. Not because you asked, but because he doesn't want you to think your feelings aren't important. If he does that, it means he really likes you and doesn't want to disappoint you. Number six, he texts you random things to make you laugh. Does he send you funny memes or GIFs that he thinks will make you laugh? Perhaps it's a meme that's related to an inside joke between the two of you or related to a conversation that you've had. Whatever the case, he's thinking of you and reaching out because he wants you to think of him. He wants you to smile, to laugh, and think he's funny. Remember from previous videos, guys are attracted to women who think that they are funny. Number seven, he sends you texts to compliment you. Now, this one is a little trickier than it might seem. You see, if a guy is complimenting you about something he noticed about you or appreciates about you, that's a good thing. For example, if he compliments you and says he appreciates your sense of style, or that he thinks that you're really smart or funny, or thinks that you have beautiful eyes, those are all good signs. On the other hand, if he's complimenting you on your sexy body or referring to something physical or sexual, that indicates that he finds you attractive, but not necessarily that he really likes you. In other words, he may be after a sexual relationship with you more than anything. As a general rule, be cautious of men who give you those types of compliments early on. Number 8, he sends you flirty emojis. If a man is using flirty emojis like the heart eyes or the winky kiss or a red heart in general, it's a clear sign that he likes you. Because I can tell you one thing for certain, men don't use them with women that they don't like in that way. Now, if your guy does not send you any flirty emojis, don't worry. Some guys will never use them. They may just find them awkward to use. And that's okay. I'm sure if you are friendly with him on social media, you will notice that he doesn't use them there either. But yeah, those flirty, kissy emojis are a really good sign. Number 9, he wants to know if you have a boyfriend. If he comes out and directly asks you if you have a boyfriend or asks you if you're in a relationship, that's an obvious sign of his interest in you. However, I believe that most men will go about finding the answer to that question indirectly. If he's unsure of how you feel, he might be too shy to come out and ask you directly because that feels too risky. Instead, he will hint around and try to find his answers another way. For example, he may mention that he's single, hoping that you will also confess that you are also single. Or he might mention your boyfriend in this type of way. Will your boyfriend get upset about blah, blah, blah if he finds out? Obviously, he's hoping that you're going to say, "What boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend." Trust me, when a man inquires about a boyfriend that you've never mentioned, he's fishing and wants to know your relationship status because he likes you. Number 10, he tries to initiate plans to see you. Now, he might not come out and directly ask you on a date because he may be shy or unsure of how you will respond. Instead, he might offer to help you with something that he may be good at. For example, you mentioned that you just purchased some furniture, but you hate doing the assembling, so he offers to do it for you. Or perhaps he finds out that you are struggling with a class that you're taking and he offers to tutor you. Or he may ask you if you'd like to hang out with friends or to come to a party. The point is, he wants to see you and spend time with you, so he will use any excuse he can to make that happen. Typically, that means he likes you, but he isn't sure how you feel about him. Now, as I promised, here are a few texting red flags. The first one involves men who are responding to your texts with 1 or 2 word answers. For example, you type up a paragraph telling a story about something and he responds with, "Oh, cool," or "Wow," or "That's interesting," and nothing more. In other words, he isn't trying to further the conversation or learn more about your experience. The second red flag, he only sends you texts late at night and they start with "What's up?" and then quickly turn into something sexual in nature. If you find that he only texts you late at night, then he may be trying to use you as a booty call. The third red flag, he's asking for you to send seductive photos early on before intimacy has become part of your friendship. If a man you haven't met is asking for those types of photos or sending you those types of photos, beware. His intentions are more about getting to know your body and not necessarily your personality. And the last red flag, he doesn't respond to your text message for more than 24 hours, and then you get a text saying, "Oops, sorry, I just saw your text message." If you get that type of text message from a man, there's a 99.9% chance that he's lying to you. I understand that people are not always able to respond to text messages immediately. However, why not just say, "Sorry, I was busy and I forgot to text you back"? Or perhaps he was interrupted and then forgot to text you back. My point is that if a man is interested and likes you, he's going to be checking his phone more frequently so that he doesn't miss any communication or texts from you. If he responds to your text message after a few days and says, "Sorry, I just saw this," that's just a lie and doesn't even deserve a response. If you're interested in another video about how to text a man, click here to watch this video, or click here to watch the video that YouTube thinks that you like. Oh, and please subscribe and turn on all notifications because I have some exciting changes coming to this channel soon and I think you're gonna love them. I'll see you in the next video.